Y'all, so it's Friday at 2:02 p.m. All my friends still at work. I'm bored, ain't got nothing to do. My house is clean down to the ground, children fed, clothes folded, and I'm bored. I was getting ready to put on some clothes and go to the mall and buy up a whole bunch of crap that I ain't got no business buying because I'm bored. I'm trying to occupy my mind. And I said, you know what better way for me to spend this time than something positive, constructive, and that can help other people. And I want to talk to y'all about how we can mentally and emotionally get through these next 4 years for those of us who are super sensitive to a lot of the things that are going on the outside world. Want to talk about it? Here we go. Nelson girl, I don't know if you're anything like me, but if you are, you have been in a deep place of reflection and solitude post this election, coupled with it being winter and cold and the innate desire for us to just want to hibernate and wrap blankets around us and kind of stay cold. But I tell you, it's been challenging for those of you out there who have been engrossed in this political process and those of you who are constantly on your phones every day. And I just wanted to hop on the line and talk to y'all about some of the things I am doing to protect my peace, my sanity, my emotional stability during these volatile times. And the focus of this conversation is going to be the word curate. Curation is key during these times. And what do I mean by that? So you guys know I do my show Monday through Thursday, and I've decided this is going to be what I call a Trump-free space. I'm only going to bring up, political news or Donald Trump related news that I really feels like, my audience needs to hear or it's going to be impactful. A lot of what's been coming out of the political camp these days have just been very upsetting depending on what your culture is, what your background is, and what your skin color is. And if you are not careful, you will find yourself on a downward spiral of daily upset. And I knew very early on that that was not going to be me. So here are some of the things that I decided to do in order to maintain my sanity. First things first, don't engage in political conversation with white people. Okay. Um, Especially, there is a certain group of white people who get it. There's a certain group of white people who choose to be obtuse. And there are a certain group of white people who are, outright bigoted and racist. First things first, I just don't engage in any level of political or religious conversation with white people. When I meet up with my former co-workers from, my corporate days, which I did a couple months ago, and people sit down, we all, hey, how you doing? Oh my God, you look good, good to see you. We sit down, then this is what people do. I tell you, man, things are so crazy out there these days. And that is the entrance to a conversation about politics. Absolutely. First thing they do, when they let that exit, ooh, things are so crazy out there. Yeah, they are. How are your grandkids? I saw on Facebook your daughter just had a baby. How is that going? That's my instant pivot. Oh my God, how's your husband doing? I saw that they threw a retirement party for him on Facebook. I pivot right on out of that. I pivot right on. Because see, here is what I found out with some people, especially I find it particularly triggering. If we are friends, if we are close colleagues, you already know where I stand politically. You already know where I stand on social issues. So I find that these sorts of people bring up political conversations for entertainment for their own selves because they want to argue. Bitch, I just met you up here to the Olive Garden for me to get a tour of Italy, for me to get a sangria, and for us to catch up and exchange baby pictures. of our kids, our grandchildren, and pass out quinceañera invitations. All that other stuff don't have to be dead, shit in the bud. The same thing goes for your black friends. You got those black friends that purposely want to Trump, Trump, Trump just to upset you. You've got people who want to argue. I don't mind debate. I don't mind spirited debate. I don't mind having fruitful conversation. But you have some people, many people, especially in this political climate, who want to sit around and just be court gestures, who just want to be clowns because they want to access your emotions and they are bored and they get a kick out of getting a rise out of you. Baby, I'm an entertainer by trade, not by hobby. This is pay-per-view. You want a rise out of me? You're going to have to submit an email to my booking email and you're going to have to book me if you want that type of energy. Just don't indulge. I have friends that are close to me who are on the opposite aisles of the political whatever. And I flat out said to them, listen, I think it'd be best in order for us to remain friends that we just don't talk about this. And you have to be firm with them and don't entertain any level of political conversation with them. And for me, that has worked. Same thing with your white friends that try to come over with the jokes and stuff. I've had to do this. Listen, I don't know what you find funny about some of the emotional despair that people are going through during times like this, but I think it's best if you and I are going to remain friends that we just don't have this level of conversation and nip that shit in the bud. Second thing, don't watch the news. I absolutely don't watch the news. And what's unfortunate is I'm getting ready now to probably have to unfollow all the urban blogs. I wish that, and I can't tell other people what to do with their platforms. I can't tell other people what to believe. But I honestly wish that a lot of the urban or the black blogs would take the same approach that I've taken, and that is to be an emotional and a mental safe space for our people and to just not spread that Trump propaganda and put them Trump stories. It's been challenging for me all this week putting the show together because I skim the blogs. I have my set 5, 6, 10 blogs that I go to. And all this week, they have been heavy 6 stories. Six, each one's got about 6 stories about all the executive orders that he is signing. And if you look at them, everything that's coming out of that camp is aimed at, in my personal opinion, is aimed at black people. You know what I'm saying? Now, Latin people are getting swept up in the ICE and the deportation stuff, but a lot of the rhetoric, a lot of the actions really read to me, I am here to put black people in their place. The dismantling of DEI initiatives. You even have to ask yourself, why was it so important for you to move your inauguration to MLK Day? Like, what was that about? That was a direct jab at Black America, and it was so unnecessary and so uncalled for. But I'm gonna give you guys the most important one for me, and it's just not giving anybody the satisfaction. It's honestly not giving any of them folks the satisfaction of remotely thinking you are moved by their clown like antics. Like, that's just really where I'm at with the child. I'm over here exercising. I'm over here eating the oatmeal in the morning. I'm over here living good. I am over here stockpiling my money. Okay, I'm over here stockpiling money and minding my business. Now, here is the beautiful thing, right? America in its past has been in a far worse condition than it is now, and we've made it through. All right. And while things tend to be going backwards, I definitely think it's a fair statement to say at this very moment, things are not as bad as they have been for minorities and people of color in the past. And we were able to persevere and make it through that. So we will make it through this. I think that people more so now than ever, have to make a conscious decision on what type of life it is that they want. And it's all about curating the life that you want and realizing that everything that you want comes from inside and not from the outside. I think that Rio, I think that when it's all said and done, I think everything always works out for the greater good. And while it may not feel good, it's going to work out for our good. And that's black, brown, white, purple alike. Um, I definitely think, at least for black people and a lot of the Latin community, that the times that we are going through right now are going to push people towards a higher spiritual plane. And if that's the silver lining, and if that is the light at the end of the tunnel, and if that's what makes this whole situation all worth it, then we have to go through it to get to the other side. But y'all, if I were y'all, I would advise y'all to strongly lean on your family, lean on your friends, start curating social circles, start creating safe spaces, start being intentional with your social interactions. I am intentional. In these moments, baby, I can't go to happy hour with everybody. I can't go to happy hour with everybody. Jamal be over here with that Dr. Umar shit. I don't want to hear it. Tanisha be over here with this Trump supporting shit because she got her law degree and she made $300,000 a year. I don't want to hear it. You have to be very intentional, okay? And surround yourself with the friends and family members that help give you the vibe that you want to experience. I'm going to tell y'all something that stuck with me. When Dr. Monica came on the show and she said that our sense of smell makes up, I think she said 70% of our emotions. Our sense of smell makes up for 70% of our emotions. Y'all might have seen on my Instagram yesterday or 2 days ago that I went to Rio. Come here. I ordered this ultrasonic bark machine. It's actually supposed to get here today from Amazon. That when they bark, it sets off this ultrasonic sound that only they can hear. The funny thing about it is, guys, I just been in the room for 2 hours and them dogs ain't make a single noise. They wait good until I get in here and try to record a video and they want to cut up. I try to get them dominion of the house and not put them in the cage, but moving forward, they behinds going in the cage when I got to get on the line. Um, but Dr. Monica said our sense of smell makes up for 70% of our emotional well-being. Uh, I went and bought 15 candles from Home Goods the other day just because I was looking for some stuff to buy and I was bored coming from pet training class. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Mood lighting, mood music, fountains, and smell in your home really does wonders for your mood. Cocooning yourself in your house, filling your house up with groceries and cleaning supplies. I had my friend Jonathan and Katrina come over the other night because my family was here this weekend. I had to wash all the linens, all the towels, stuff like that. I had a whole bunch of laundry that was just overwhelming. They came over, we drank wine, we watched the first episode of Landman, and they helped me clean up. I'm telling y'all, having a clean home space that feels good, that's lit well, that smells good, with a pantry full of snacks and a liquor cabinet full of my wine and my favorite spirits has made all the difference. Why? I don't have to go nowhere. I don't have to go anywhere. I went to Target yesterday to buy some bins to put my Christmas decorations in. And y'all know what I did while I was in there? I went up and down the aisles and I bought one more of everything that I already got in my damn house. I bought another toothpaste. I bought another peroxide, another alcohol. I bought another thing of Tide. I bought another thing of Downy wipes. I bought a more tissue and more paper towel than I know what to do. I just bought all of these things. Number one, it brings me peace knowing I've got weeks and months worth of supplies in my closet. But secondly, it puts me in a place, y'all, where if I need to retreat to my home and I don't have to go out nowhere, I don't have to. If friends and family need to come over, they can come over. If they need to come over and use my house, as a commissary. Q, you got a 4 pack of toilet tissue. I sure do. Come on, come on right here and get it. You got the code to the door. Those things lend themselves to my mental and emotional well-being. All of my friends, what we doing tonight? We not going out. We gonna do a movie night. We gonna get us some pieces tonight. We gonna watch the Luther Vandross documentary. That's what me and Trina did a couple weeks ago. It's those types of things that make the difference. Now, some of us I recognize are more blessed than others, that certain things that go on politically don't impact us. Medicaid and Medicare don't necessarily impact me right now. Trans rights and stuff don't impact me right now. DEI in the workplace stuff don't necessarily impact me right now. And that is a luxury that some people have, that some of the things that go on don't impact them. But there are other people out there who are on pins and needles who have very bad anxiety because some of these things will directly impact them. My advice to you is deal with the things that directly impact you and filter out the things that don't, and turn a blind eye. You don't have the emotional capacity or the wherewithal to sit around and be upset about every single thing. Do a lot of these executive orders rub me the wrong way? They absolutely do. But this is one of those times where you have to take care of yourself so you're good enough to take care of others. And what does taking care of yourself look like? Taking care of yourself looks like tuning out. What he said, oh, trans. All right, that ain't in my wheelhouse. Let me turn the page. What he said, okay, Medicare. Okay, no, mama got good insurance. That ain't in my wheelhouse. Let me turn the page. I encourage you to not get involved in the weeds and the details of every single thing that comes out every single day in the news, because if you do, you will lose yourself in anger, upset, and anguish. And I'm about to lose myself with the police of Fulton County because these dogs keep barking, and I'm about to Michael Vick they ass if they don't stop. Um, Nevertheless, y'all, fortify your village, fill your house up with some food. I'm finna get me some wine and get me some edibles. I'm trying to debate if I'm gonna go to this mall or not, or if I'm gonna just go for a drive and look at the rich houses. But I also think too, guys, now is not the time to be spending money. All right. Now is not the time to be spending money. Uncertain times are not the time to be spending money. If you can find a way to stay your butt in the house or save a little extra above what you save, you need to do it. I know that things are high. America's crazy, but if you are, you know how they always say we need to have 6 months worth of living expenses saved away. Now is a perfect time for you to start plugging away at that 6 months saving. You don't know what's going to be happening on these jobs. You don't know what type of civil war we might be on the brink on. Do I think we're going to have a textbook civil war that we learned about in the fourth grade? Absolutely not. But we're definitely in the middle of a social civil war. Things are getting a little hectic. And you better make sure that your money is together. Now is not the time to be going out buying no new cars and buying things that you really don't need unless you are that girl and you got it like that. I'm going to also tell you this, though. Now is also the time for you to educate yourself, all right? The rich and corporations always take advantage of the poor. They always take advantage of downtrodden times. And you got to understand, people who think like Donald Trump think for themselves, and they think for people that are like them, the rich. Y'all better start paying attention to the money moves these people are making. If you are, and I'm not talking about people who are barely getting by, because I understand you got to do what you got to do. But if you are somebody who got a few extra ducats somewhere, you better start paying attention to what people are doing with their money, and you better follow suit, because you trust and believe this man is all about money. And if you are in a position to make money during these next 4 years, I would encourage you to do so, because a lot of money is going to be made, but you got to get your head in the game. You've got to get your head out your emotions, and you've got to get your head in the game. You have got to finish grieving quickly and get to the acceptance stage. Accept this country for where it is right now. accept these newfound identities for people that you loved and you didn't know who they were. You got to get through that acceptance really quickly. You have got to get over some of your naivete about people who you thought were one way and you now found out that they were another. You need to get your head out them clouds and into reality and live in the world in which we are living in today so you can play the game adequately. Knowing that things are jacked up and only about to get worse, you need to work on your mental and your emotional fitness. Forget all that Ozempic and shit, honey. I'd rather you need a sound mind. You can worry about your jiggly belly and your loose underarms under here. I ain't got it because mine's. But you can worry about that later. You better BBL your brain, bitch. Okay? You better BBL your brain. If you need help curating your personal spaces, I would definitely encourage you to check out my candles. These were 100% chemically engineered for mood setting. You want to go up, you want the 305 candle. You want to mellow out and feel sexy or calm and relaxed, you want 1111. Link is in the description box. Y'all think a B is playing when they talk about how scent can really change what you got going on, especially for those of you who work out in the workforce. You have to drive home through traffic and come home. There's nothing better than either coming home to a house that's already scented. It changes your mood the moment you walk through the door, or there's nothing like pouring a glass of wine, lighting a candle, whether you want to go up or mellow out. And I promise you, it will shift your mind, focus, your body, and your soul. So drop down in the description box below, click the link, and go on ahead and rock with your boy. And let's help that 70% of our emotional well-being get better regulated through scent. I'll talk to y'all later.